Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. So today we are doing a lighthouse family home. So you can imagine these Sims have found an abandoned lighthouse on the top here in Tails End, and they decided that they were going to build their family home around it. So we are going for an extremely nautical themed. I think I took it slightly too far on the outside. You can make your minds up for yourself, but the outside is literally red, white and blue. even down to the windows, they are all red, white and blue. And I kind of was inspired by the weather, because it has been ridiculously warm here in the UK not over this week, over last week. It was 29 degrees on Thursday, which is ridiculous. And I had an interview that day, so it was like, I have to dress smart, but also I need to stay cool. So I was like, luckily I found some 20 quid, like really wide leg cropped trousers that are super nice. So I wore those and looked fancy. Hopefully I will hear today or tomorrow about whether I have been successful or not. I don't really know. They didn't really give any details or any indications at all. So here now you can see that the build is extremely red and white. So we've got those big shutter windows on the bottom, and then we've got the jungle adventure ones in the dark blue at the top, which I thought worked quite well in this theme. I didn't expect them to kind of work together, but I don't know, the kind of shape at the top kind of just suited this build down to a T. And then we've got some of the cats and dog windows as well. And on the outside we have a little decking area, which comes into a bit more of a play once we get onto the landscaping, but it's using the really light floorboardy type flooring to kind of indicate that there was a bit of a flooring there, and it's been like super bleached and super weathered over the time. And it was super hard for me to get the top of the flipping lighthouse to work, so I apologize for the state of it that it is in at the moment. But by the end of the video we do fix it and we add some circle windows to the outside of it as well, and you can go near enough all the way to the top in it. But it does annoy me slightly because we don't have round walls, but we have round fence things that I've used at the front, so it's slightly annoying. And now we are on to the inside. We are marking out the rooms, and I've done a little sunken living area, so it kind of splits it off, and we'll see more of that. And we've got a massive space for a kitchen, dining, breakfast room, and then we've got 3 bedrooms upstairs, but you could always turn the gym into a 4th one. And then we've got 2 that are en suite on the other side, and then we've got a huge sort of family bathroom, but you could probably split that into another bedroom as well if you wanted to. So on the inside we kind of use the flooring for the outside for the hallway, and then the painted white wooden flooring as though they've painted over the old one. And then we've got some nice cream carpets. That's always good fun. I also used the laundry day windows just there because I thought that would be a really cute place to go get some more natural light in. And we put in a corner seat there, so it'd be super cool to sit there. And then in the sunken bit here we are making a little TV snug area, so this is the more informal part of the living room, so you can come down here and just chill out. And it's a bit more enclosed without being in its own separate room, so it's kind of a nice chill space. And then we do put a little balustrade across the top, so there's another bit more formal seating area and a corner seat, as I said, and then it leads to a little sort of what do you call them, like a rec playroom, but like an older one. It doesn't really have toys in it. It has like the foosball tables and the stuff. I'm so happy in the patch day we got the separate pots. I know that James the Sim Supply was super happy as well, because they slightly named one after him, which he didn't like go on about for a while, which was quite funny. But it does make them super usable now, and they've had a lot of shake up in the Sims. If you haven't been keeping up to date, some of the guys have been moved about, and they have actually got rid of some people, which is kind of sad, but kind of, I don't know whether they're looking forward, because we've not had any new news about new expansion packs or anything. So it's kind of like I really want to know about new stuff that's coming out, because I've like got over Jungle Adventures now, and I'm looking for that next sort of pack. But I hope they bring out some new news soon. So with the furniture in this build, I kind of kept it sort of whites, blues, yellows, but also tried to bring in the natural wood tones as well. So we do use quite a lot of like the coffee table we've got on the upper bit with the wood in it from Jungle Adventures. We kind of go for that sort of style. So there is a lot of cats and dog stuff, and there is a lot of Jungle Adventure stuff, of course. And I kept finding items that I wanted to place in various places as I was trying to do different rooms. And you can tell I need to catch up on my building again, because I had a few weeks off. So this one is just getting back. Well, the last one was getting back into things. This one was pushing myself a bit more again. And this room was very matchy with the well, it's not a library, but a study. It's getting towards the library, I have to admit. I did put in a load of bookshelves, and it's very blue and white and that off blue colour. But the Jungle Adventure chairs fit in super nicely. And then for the hallway, I kind of went for a darker wood, just to add a bit more colour in, because we got the light sort of wood floor that has the blue in it, so that ties in nicely with the top colour as well. And then I made a little feature, because I did add in some stuff for your pets. So there's a cat tree and some dog stuff as well, because I actually made a little family to go in here, and they were super adorable, wearing all their nautical clothing and stuff. And they had a cat and a dog as well. So I kind of made it for them, and you will see them in the screenshots as well. So we've kind of got a nice place to sort of put your stuff in, and it also leads out into the back garden as well. It's not a terribly big back garden, but it does have a swimming pool / sea area, which we'll see later on. CC. And then this is the kitchen, dining, breakfast area. So it is super huge, and it has a fireplace as well. I imagine that would have been an original feature to the house, or something like that, from the old house that might have been attached to the lighthouse, if that makes any sense. And then we're using the Jungle Adventure lovely cream colour to go with the Parenthood tiles. And I'm so happy we got the island counters for this, because they look super awesome as island counters. So I'm very happy with this new patch day stuff. They kind of gave us what we want, but I suppose that makes up for not giving us any news, which I'm not bitter about at all. And I do remember to actually put a washing machine in, so that is what that gap is for. So there's not a dedicated room, but you could probably, if you didn't want it in the kitchen, there are some spare rooms up in the lighthouse bit that could probably be turned into a laundry room and stuff. And then just added in some I actually remembered to add in a aquarium, because obviously in a nautical house that is by the sea, you would expect them to have an aquarium in it. So I did actually remember, and then tried to add in some family stuff as well, because I thought they would be quite, I imagine they'd be quite neat sort of Sims, but obviously they have a family, so that I imagine, well, I made a teen and a child as well, so they're a bit on the older side, but obviously they still would have some of their stuff about. And that rug, finally actually get to build a building that can fit that rug in, and it works super well as well, and brings in a bit more pink. So we've brought in the red on the chairs as well, and then this is a little breakfast area, so if they didn't want to have like any formal dining, or you could do your homework in this area. It's quite nice and snug, and it has a TV as well. I did want to put it on a bit of an angle, but it just didn't work out. Like, you wouldn't be able to see it from this, so I was like, let's put it on the wall normally. And we've got a nice wing back there as well, and then use some of the cats and dogs like nautical lights and stuff, because that goes super well with the theme. And then I only show one bathroom build, but they're basically all the same sort of style. So we're using the nice different colored tiles, and then it's just some clean counters, and we went for a white and grey sort of theme. It's not that inspirational or anything, but it's just a nice space, and it's functional. And I do put in some cat litter trays as well, and some toys for the dogs and stuff. And I thought adding a little pet bed by the fireplace would be quite nice on a cold wet day, so they can snuggle up by the fire while everyone else is having their dinner. So then now we are going to work on the upstairs. So we've got a massive landing hall, and then I added in some sofas and a bookcase and an easel by one of the big windows, because I thought that'd be pretty cool, painting the landscape from up there. And we've got a chess table as well. So this is the master bedroom. So we have an ensuite on these two, and this one's got a walk-in wardrobe and some other little storage bits. And then we kind of went for a blue and white and sort of neutral woods in here. I did change the windows to those two porthole ones, because I thought that fitted in with the bed as well a bit better than putting the bed against the window. And I just gave them a separate desk and stuff, so if the parents wanted a bit of peace and quiet, they could come and work in here instead. And we got the big super fluffy rug as well, and added in some details. And I don't know whether I actually like those curtains anymore. I was struggling with curtains in this build, because I think that's what we need a bit more of. We need some more curtains in the game. Just some nice plain ones that aren't too over the top, but not too huge as well, because the windows were quite low down, so it was quite hard to fit in some nice curtains that didn't clip through the floor or anything. And then this is the daughter's bedroom. So she is a teen, but I was actually making this as a guest bedroom at first, but then I thought that it kind of needed a bit more personality, and I thought they would a house this big, they would probably have more than just one child. So I turned it into a teen's bedroom. So we got the mint, the furniture's a bit more, there's a mix of modern stuff and a mix of older stuff as well, and sort of adding bits that may be her personality, like she may have painted the picture that's on the front of the wardrobe, and then she's got some posters up and a pet bed as well, whether she is best friends with the dog or is best friends with the cat. So then they can come in and sleep in her bedroom. And then this bedroom here is the kids' bedroom, so it is going with a blue and white theme. So we got the cloudy bed, everything is super matchy, and it does come quite a a cluttered space. So I've kind of got that divider there, just to divide up the space from like where the play sort of equipment is and all the drawing stuff, and then where the sort of dressing table and stuff is. And then we add in a big the toddler stuff mat as well, because these rooms are all super huge. So I think it brings in enough colour, because we weren't getting that much colour. And I also make a little sort of art on the wall with loads of cats and dogs, because I thought they might be into being a vet when they're older, and obviously they have a cat and a dog, so I thought that would be reflected. And I do like the little cat that's balancing on the top of their bed. I thought that was quite funny. And then this is the spare room, so you could change this from a gym into a bedroom if you wanted, and if the family you're playing in ends up expanding. So it's kind of a very neutral room, but easy to change into something else, or you could move everything into the room next to it, which just leads further up into the tower. But I didn't really know what else I could put in there, because I'd done quite a few skill building stuff around the place. So this is the outside. So we've got the toddler awning, which worked really well with the theme here, and brought in a bit of yellow as well. And then here's me struggling to get the pool in, because I wanted it all the way around the lighthouse, as though there's either like a rock pool up on top of the cliff, and it was kind of sitting into the landscape. At first I had it like cut off and had the tiles go all the way around, but then I thought that it'd be quite cool to put some rocks and stuff in it and make it a bit more like connected with the landscape itself. So here's me kind of spamming a load of rocks all the way along, and I was like, I should just like size them up a bit, and added in some greenery within the rocks as well, just to make it kind of really connect, and added a load of palm trees and ferns and stuff around, and it ended up looking really cool and really connected and quite lifelike, considering this is The Sims and this version is not too realistic. But it did look super cool, and I do go around with the terrain paint to add in some sand as well, which annoys me when you build in Bridlington Bay, that you can't pick the same grass texture to like kind of make it a bit more connected with each other. Then we have a little barbecue and a seating area, and a few like sofas and sort of nice shady bits, and then we've got some of the toddler lights just out and about. And then we've got some of the movie chairs that I always think of, just by the pool. And then we've got a slide and a climbing frame as well. I don't know why I put the slide in, because they don't actually have a toddler, but I do like adding in the slide. And then I make a little driveway at the side of their house, just so they've got a place to park their car away in the somewhat shade. I don't know how sunny it gets around there. And they also have a basketball court as well, so just blending in everything. So I thought it would be sand underneath rather than dirt. And then just another seating area. I do put a few like greenery about on the walls, just to kind of blend it in and make it a bit more like it's been there for a few years or something, so it's not a stark contrast with the landscape. And a few drain pipes as well, because obviously if you get any storms, then you'd want to drain it away. And then I put a load of lights in here, and it didn't make any difference to how bright it is. And then I try expanding the roof. In the end, I actually just put a bit of ground on the top. Well, not ground, like flooring on the top, and then put a dome roof on the top. And it actually works out a bit better, because using the half walls and stuff were not going very well. And it was super hard to like pick an actual roof that fitted into the space, because I don't know why I always seem to not be able to pick the right shape roof. And this is when I realised, like, nah, it's not going to work with the half roofs. And just leave it like that. So there are the screenshots of the layout, and then we go inside and have a look at the few rooms. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this build, feel free to give it a like, and if you'd like to see any more builds, then feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.